You guys get fancy, Rob, today. Lucky you. Guys, we got some awesome news that came out of Gamescom yesterday. Stuff that I'm excited about. I don't know if you are, but I am super excited about it. As you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is coming. We got a release date. It's going to be in 2022. I should say we got a release year, not a date, but it's coming. And I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. One of the really cool things that got announced is that beyond just the 4 turtles, there will be other playable characters. And I didn't even think about this. So when I saw this announcement, it sort of blew my mind a little bit, but what's really cool about it is that with April being announced as a playable character, it sort of just like opens the door for any of these characters from sort of that classic 80s, 90s cartoon era to be used as playable characters, which I think is so, so awesome. So we see that April is going to be a playable character. She's got unique attacks, unique abilities, unique animations. Like it's super awesome. And so it got me thinking, if we're getting April, there's definitely going to be other playable characters that are going to be released, probably at release, but then also when it comes to like DLC and stuff like that, there's going to be characters that get released as the game goes on. And so it got me thinking, what are some of the other awesome characters that we can probably expect? And then what are some of the ones that are just like a wish list? If we could get these characters, it would be so awesome. So I thought I'd give you a couple of my top 3. So before we get into that, though, a couple of things. I think number 1, it's probably a given. We're going to get Casey Jones. I think he's going to be a character that you get to play as. I think it's probably a given that we're going to get Splinter, which I think is very, very cool. Playing a Splinter would be so rad. I think we're going to get the Neutrinos, and I don't know if it will be all of them or if it will just be one or what, but I think that will be really cool. I think we'll probably even get the Punk Frogs at some point. I think those are probably all givens. But if I had to throw it out there and I'm like, these are the wish lists, like these are the ones I want to see that I think would be so cool. Number 1, I want to see Metalhead. I had the Metalhead figurine growing up, and I thought it was so cool. I loved it because he had like the top of his head was open where you could see like his cybernetic brain. And if you like shined a light in there, his eyes would glow. You can see that on some toy review channels and stuff like that. It's so awesome. So I think Metalhead would be so cool. Another one that I would love to see is Gadget Man. And I don't want to see like Gadget Man like looking fit. I want to see like old retired Gadget Man who's like pretty washed up and stuff, but I think that if they get into like unique play styles and unique abilities, I think like an old washed up Gadget Man could be a really fun, interesting character to play. I think that would be so, so cool. And then, man, lastly, my number 1 wish, and this is weird. I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with me on this, but I would love to see Mr. Vernon Fenwick as a playable character. And let me tell you why. I could see him being sort of like a Dan from Street Fighter kind of character where like he's a coward, like he's always trying to run away, and you know he talks a big game, but he can't back it up really. But if he had like this play style that is like more revolved around sort of making space and being, I don't know, just being kind of that cowardly character, but that can also be supportive in the group. I think that would be so rad. So obviously those are my big 3. Those are the ones that I'm really excited about, and I would love to see those happen. But I want to hear from you down in the comments. Who do you think we're going to get? Who do you think is like a no-brainer? And then who are the ones that, man, if you had a wish list and they would put it in there, who would it be? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. I think it's going to be awesome. Like I said, I'm going to keep following this, and I think it's going to be really, really cool as we get closer to the release to see what they do with this, because having this old school Turtles experience with all of the new school stuff that they can do with it, I think is just, it's going to be rad. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Power Rangers Zeo Battle Racers coming next week, so stay tuned for that. And until then, guys, thanks for watching. Stay retro, and I'll see you next time.